Moses stood by the raging sea. Pharaoh's army closing in behind. Water stretched as far as he could see. Fear was whispering in his mind. But the Lord said, lift up that rod, stretch your hand and watch me move. When God speaks, it ain't too hard. You just step out and do what he told you to do. It don't matter what it looks like when the promise hits your ear. When God said move, they moved. When God said stand, they stood. When God said go, they went. Even when they barely understood. Mountains fall, seas divide, dead things rise up and live again. It all comes down to this one truth. God said it, and that settles it. Joshua, Jericho's wall. No sword raised, no battle cry, just a march at the Lord's call and a shout to the sky. 7 days made no sense at all, but obedience don't need a plan. When God said watch those walls fall, they hit the ground at his command. You don't need to see the ending, just believe what you hear. When God said move, they moved. When God said stand, they stood. When God said go, they went. Even when they barely understood. Mountains fall, seas divide, dead things rise up and live again. It all comes down to this one truth. God said it, and that settles it. Dry bones rattle in the valley low, live again and they rose up whole. Daniel slept where the lions lay. God said peace, they lost their prey. Lazarus heard through a sealed up grave. Come forth, and death gave way. Peter stepped on a stormy wave, eyes locked on the Savior's face. Wind was howling bold yet brave, till he looked at the crashing plane. But the voice said, come to me, stronger than the wind and tide. When God speaks, that's all you need. Just keep your eyes on the other side. When God said move, we move. When God said stand, we stand. When God said go, we go. We're walking in his command. Giants fall, chains break loose, graves give up what's held within. It all comes down to this one truth. God said it, and that settles it. God said